Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Punting in Pauper, the show where I do my best to not absolutely punt and stumble my way through some games here on MTGO. I'm your host, Gord. Let's take a look at the deck list, and today we are running mono black zombies. So, a tribal deck. I'm a huge fan of tribal decks. Let's take a look here. First up, mana base, 22 lands. We're running 18 swamps. We're playing Bajuka Bog just because, you know, it's kind of a free spell, essentially, in our deck, being able to just hate on opponents' graveyards. Then we have some Baron Moors, just for some cycling if we need to do some redraws. So pretty straightforward mana base, but that's the beauty of a monocolored deck, right? In the 1-drop slot, we are playing 3 Carrion Feeder. This is a great card. It's a 1-mana 1/1 zombie, and unfortunately it can't block, but we can sack a creature to it and put a 1/1 counter on it. So it gets big pretty fast. Kind of one of our big threats in the deck here. Next up, we're running 4 copies of Festering Mummy. This is a 1-mana 1/1 zombie, and when it dies, we can put a 1/1 counter on a creature. So kind of works a little bit as removal in itself, and we don't really care about things dying, as you will see here shortly. In addition to the Festering Mummy, we're running a similar effect here with Shambling Goblin. 1/1 zombie goblin. When it dies, target creature and opponent controls get -1/-1 until end of turn. So the Festering Mummy is a little bit better because it's a counter, but Shambling Goblin, similar effect. Then we have 2 copies of Ghoul Caller's Chant. This is a pretty interesting little card. We can either return a target creature card from our graveyard to our hand, or we can return 2 target zombies from our graveyard to our hand. So for most of the time, we're going to be grabbing 2 because our whole deck is zombies. So nice little recursion there. And then finally, we have Tragic Slip. It's just an instant where a target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. But if a creature were to die this turn, we get to trigger Morbid, and then that creature gets -13/-13 instead. So can help us push through for some like bigger creatures like Garmegs and such can get removed with this. So onto the 2-drop slot here, we have 1 copy of Cemetery Recruitment, another recursion spell. We get to grab a creature from the graveyard. If it's a zombie, we get to draw a card, so we will be drawing a card off of that. We got Chainer's Edict here for a piece of removal. Target player sacks a creature. We're pretty familiar with that one. Next up, Gnawing Zombie, 2-mana 1/3. We can pay 2, sack a creature, and target player loses a life and we gain a life. So a little bit of an aristocrat-y kind of thing going on there. Helps us with some life game should we need it. We have Nameless Inversion, which is a tribal instant. So the spell itself has a creature type, which is a little bit weird, but it is a shapeshifter. Target creature gets +3/-3 and loses all creature types until end of turn. So the reason we're playing this is because we can actually grab it with our Ghoul Caller's Chant. Because this is a shapeshifter, it's technically a zombie, so we can grab some zombie cards from our graveyard with the chant. Helps us grab that spell. Get some recursion out of that. Now, the really, really cool card, huge payoff here, Shepherd of Rot. 2-mana 1/1 zombie cleric. We can tap it, and each player loses 1 life for each zombie on the battlefield. So it counts our opponent's zombies, and it pings us as well. So we need to be ahead before we activate it, but this card does a lot of work in the deck. Definitely one of the payoffs. Up next, Sultai Emissary, 2-mana 1/1 zombie warrior. When it dies, though, we get to manifest the top card of our library. So we grab the top card, play it face down. It's a colorless 2/2, and if it's a creature card, we can cast it by paying its converted mana cost and flip it over. So helps us kind of, you know, keep the board fat. We can sack this to something like a Carrion Feeder, or if you just use it as a blocker, end up with a 2/2. Does a lot of great work. Next, for some more removal, we're playing Geth's Verdict. This is a pretty classic Pauper removal spell. 2 black, target player sacks creature and loses a life. Then we're going to run 2 Sign and Bloods, you know, get some card draw. We draw 2 and lose 2 life. So, again, pretty classic card to play in a mono black list. In the 3-drop spot, we have Ghoul Razor. Just a zombie, 3-mana 2/2. When it ETBs, we get to return a zombie card from random, from our graveyard back to our hand. So, a little bit more recursion, helps us keep going if the zombies are dying. Next up, 4-drop, we have Infernal Caretaker. This is a 4-mana 2/2. We can morph it down, though, as a face-down creature, and then when we turn it over, we get to return all zombie cards from all graveyards to their owner's hands. So it does grab opponents again, yes, but we can use this to grab our stuff. And then 5 mana, we have 2 Garys. How can we not play a Gary in this deck, right? 5 mana, we get to gain X life, and opponent loses X life, where X is our devotion to black, which again, just as a reminder, is the black mana pips on our permanents. And then finally, up here in the 6-drop slot, we do run 3 Gem Palm Polluters, but we very, very rarely are going to cast this for 6 mana as a 4/3. We're going to cycle it for 2 black, because when we cycle it, we're going to draw a card, as cycling does. But with this card, we may have a target player lose life equal to the number of zombies on the battlefield. So there may be some times where we'll cycle this for no value, but if we have 2 or 3 zombies on the battlefield, we get to hit our opponent for a little bit of damage while drawing a new card. So definitely a nice piece of card draw to have in the deck. So that is the main deck. As you can see, we're just going to try to go on the aggro plan, try to get ahead of our opponent, and then just kind of like tap out with a Shepherd of Rot, cycle a Gem Palm Polluter, and just have like these really big turns out of nowhere, and put our opponent in positions where they can't really come back from. Let's take a quick look at the sideboard here. First up, Sylvok Lifestaff. This is just for some life gain. We can attach it to a creature real cheap, and when a quick creature dies, we gain 3 life. And we also have 2 copies of Oblivion Strike. It is a Devoid spell, so it actually doesn't have any color, even though it costs black. And we just use this, exile target creature, more removal, mostly to get around protection effects like God's Willing and stuff, which gives creatures protection from certain colors. Because this is Devoid, just acts as a colorless spell. We have 3 Choking Sands to hate on Tron, blow up their stuff. Gutless Ghoul, 3 mana 2/2. We can pay 1 to sack a creature and gain 2 life. It can sacrifice itself to itself, which is useful. We got a couple Wrench Mines. This is just for some discard. Target player discards 2 cards unless they discard an artifact. So 2 Kumbaj Witches, just in case we need some big butts and some pinging along the way, kind of help us out, get our devotion up for Gary. And then 3 copies of Duress, just if we need some hand disruption. Kind of mess up with opponent's combos or Tron pieces and anything like that. So, that is the deck. That's Mono Black Zombies. Let's take it into some games here, see how she does. Alright, let's see if we can get there with some zombies here in Pauper. We have a pretty good opening hand here. We have a removal spell, we have a way to get our zombies back, so I think we'll hold on to this. We are on the draw, so let's see. Hopefully we can draw just a 1-drop. Darksteel Citadel, looks like we're going to be up against Affinity, if I had to guess, with that opening land. Alright, let's see what we draw. We hit another Swamp. Okay, well, we will play our Swamp, and we'll just pass the turn like that. Would have been nice to draw a 1-drop like Festering Zombie or Shambling Goblin there, but that's alright. We can still turn 2 Emissary, so... Opponent's got their Great Furnace. Okay, Golden Egg, so they'll get a redraw off of that. Opponent passes. We draw a Barrenmore. Okay, well, at least we can cycle that. We're just going to run out of Sultai Emissary, I think. And pass. Untaps. Plays Vault of Whispers. Runs out a Chromatic Sphere. Okay, they're going to draw off of that as well. Okay, they crack Chromatic Sphere, turning it into a blue for Thoughtcast. Makes sense. Oh, Affinity. Drawing cards, thought casting for 1 blue. Alright, let's see what we draw here. Another Swamp, eh? Okay, well, let's play our Swamp. Get in for 1 with our Sultai Emissary. Now we're going to run out our Shepherd of Rot. And we're just going to hold open a black, then we can Tragic Slip something if we need to, and if nothing happens, we can just cycle this Barrenmore, so. Pass like that. So there's another Great Furnace. Ichor Wellspring, so they'll get a redraw there. And Atog. Okay. So how big can Atog get? It can get big enough to get through a Tragic Slip. Okay, opponent passes. Let's go ahead and cycle our Barrenmore. Hopefully get like an Edict effect here. Carrion Feeder. Okay. And Festering Mummy. So what we're going to do is we'll play a Swamp. Carrion Feeder. We'll play Festering Mummy. And I think we're just going to start tapping Shepherd here. Holding up our Tragic Slip still, so... Okay, this seems fine. We'll just, yeah, pass like that. Atog is just such an interesting card. It just presents such like a board style where like they can sack their whole board and just make it ridiculously large, so we have to like block it eternally. But we will block probably with Salt Emissary this turn. We'll play as Golem Foundry. Okay, so they're gonna be able to make some 3/3s. That's not great. Attacks with Atog. We'll block with Sultai Emissary. Let's just sack it, right, to Carrion Feeder? Oh, we should have tapped the Shepherd first, but that's okay. We'll know for next time. So we'll manifest. It's a land. Put a 1/1 counter on the feeder. Okay, so in response to that, we need to tragic slip this Atog now, or else they're just going to be able to totally drain us out here. So let's see. They're going to sack the Wellspring to Atog. Makes sense. Get a redraw out of it. They don't have any mana, though, which is nice for us. Okay, so we get rid of Atog. They still get their Disciple, the Vault. Let's tap this. And untap. We draw land. Not great. Let's go to combat. Attack, attack, attack. One blocks. We will sack. Sack the Mummy. Put the counter on the Disciple so we still can take care of it this turn. Grow the Carrion Feeder. We get in for 5. Nice. When it down to 11, we can sap them for 3. So yeah, let's see what happens. Oh, did we forget to play land? Yikes. It's actually relevant for Grey Merchant purposes and Ghoul Caller's Chant, but I guess we should maybe Ghoul Caller's Chant next turn if we just draw land, get some zombies back. So they're going to Thoughtcast, looking for answers. Makes sense. Okay. They're casting another Golem Foundry, triggering their first Golem Foundry. Right, on their end step, we'll tap the Shepherd. Now there's Grey Merchant. So let's Gary. Attack. Yeah, cool. Woo! That was the zombie turn. Wow, like Shepherd of Rot really like pushed us through in the late game there. That late game Gary was clutch. Wow, yeah, sweet. Let's go to sideboards. All right, for sideboards, I'm gonna bring in 2 Kumbad Witches here. I just want a little bit extra removal, and this specifically for the shaman, the goblin shaman that Affinity can sacrifice to deal 1 damage across the board, just to kind of like save us from a wrath effect. We're going down just 1 shambling goblin and the infernal caretaker and kind of see how that goes. All right, run it like that. No lands, no keep. We'll have to mulligan. Okay, we got some lands, we got some redraws, we have a removal spell. We'll keep this. I think we put Shambling Goblin on the bottom. Alright, let's see. Opponent has Seat of the Synod. Plays Chromatic Star. We draw Sultai Emissary. Okay, not too bad. Well, let's run out a Carrion Feeder. Vault of Whispers for our opponent. For an Ichor Wellspring, another redraw. Okay. We draw another Swamp. Okay. Let's Sultai Emissary. Attack. Get in for 1. We could sack the Emissary to the Carrion Feeder to grow it this turn and like go for the more aggro style, but I also kind of want to stay wide for the time being. And we would be manifesting the Kentuti, so we'd be swinging for 4 next turn instead of 2. But again, I kind of want to keep. Maybe that was a punt in itself, and I'm just seeing it now. But we'll do that next time with this one, I think. So there's Golem Foundry. So yeah, I think we'll do that this time. Start growing our dorks a little bit. Opponent's getting set up, but we can still do stuff. So maybe we do it now, right? Yeah, let's end step, sack a creature. Chainer's Edict. We have a gnawing zombie under there, so we can always cast it if we need to. So let's play Swamp. Let's go to combat. Let's just run out of Sultai Emissary. Bonder's Ornament. They can start drawing with that later too. Yeah, so they're gonna use it at blue and Thoughtcast. Okay. We'll sacrifice another creature. Sacrificing the Sultai Emissary. Manifesting a land, okay. Draw a Jukabug. Well, play the Jukabug. Ooh, no. We should have Sign and Blooded first. But, that's fine. That's fine. We will attack. Get in with everything. I think we are gonna. Do we just want removal? We can just remove it on our untap, so we'll Sign in Blood. Oh man, what a misclick. Oh my, we just made them draw too. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my gosh. Whoops. Probably just won them the game with that one. Well, let's see. Let's see. Puts them within striking distance of our attack here, so. So you get Ethereum Sculptor. Okay, yeah, wow, ouch. A Mind Stone, okay. So you're going to make it 3/3. They still have 1 mana open. 2 mana open. Artifact spells cost 1 less. Okay, so they're going to sack the star, draw a card. Wither the Storm, gain some life. Okay. They're going to gain 9 life. Oh boy. We untap. We get Ghoul Caller's Chant. That's, I mean, it's something. Let's Chainer's Edict them. Alright, we'll go to combat. We will attack. So they're going to make that at instant speed. You betcha. The 4 blockers. We're going to try to kill it off. Yeah, we'll pass the turn. Opponent has a lot of mana, though. Some redraws and 7 cards in hand. So that Sign and Blood on them. Oh. Okay, opponent Thoughtcasts. Moving past it. Moving past it. Okay, Disciple of the Vault. Another Disciple. There's the ATOG. There's the ATOG. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 they can get us for right now. Draw Swamp. I think silly old me just lost us this game, but Nameless Inversion, Sultai Emissary. Sultai Emissary. We'll begin combat. Attack, attack, attack. Well, let's make them start doing stuff here. Let's Nameless Inversion. We will then sacrifice a creature, sacrificing Sultai Emissary. We're good with this trade. Yep, okay. Yeah, pass like that, see what happens. There's a little bit of a shot in the dark. That whole interaction. Oh, man. We'll see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18. Yeah. Yeah, we are dead. Oh, they don't have a sack outlet, though. That's right, they don't have a sack outlet. Okay, so they have the sack outlet in the Mind Stone, technically, to redraw. Okay, that makes sense. And they do have Sculptor out, 3 mana open. If this is removal here, we might be in a little bit of a tough spot. But okay, they're going to unearth the other Sculptor. Okay. Serrated Arrows. Yep, okay. Swamp. Not great. Play Swamp. We have 6 mana, so we can't even flashback Chainer's Edict yet. Okay. Well, let's just go to combat. Force the blocks. Double block. Yep, that's fine. We're going to kill the Disciple. Egg. Okay, so they can sacrifice the golden egg. They'll probably try to gain the life off of it, I would imagine. They can make a golem here, so that's not great either. Thoughtcast. Another Disciple. We don't have any sweepers in this deck. Atog, that's the sack outlet, and yeah, that'll do it. Alright, we're going to run that back one more time. We're not going to sign in blood our opponent. We will take the play. 1 mana hand with some playables. I don't think we can keep 1 mana though. Send it back. Okay, there's 2. That's not bad. Guess Verdict and Witches, Shepherd, Estering Moon, Tragic Slip. Okay, so I think we're gonna throw. Let's throw Tragic Slip to the bottom. We'll play Swamp, and we'll play our Festering Mummy. And Chromatic Spheres. You got it. They get a redraw out of that. We get a Ghoul Razor, which is pretty decent. We'll play a Swamp. We'll go to combat with our Festering Mummy. Let's play our Shepherd abroad. One makes black. Golden Egg. Okay. We draw Gnawing Zombie. We go to combat. Get in for 1. Play Gnawing Zombie. Pass the turn. One plays Golem Foundry. Alright. Alright, end step, activate Shepherd. Untap. Gets Verdict. Not bad. Let's go to combat. Get in for 2. We'll just pass the turn like that. Hold open Gets Verdict. Plays Ethereum Sculptor. Plays a second Ethereum Sculptor. Well, we will Gets Verdict you. End step. Activate Shepherd. Untap. Draw Nameless Inversion. Well, Gets Verdict you. We're down to 8. We should have Nameless Inversion to that, probably. Just so in case they do resolve an ATOG, that we could make them sack it rather than them be able to keep it alive and survive this. But we're in a reasonable position now. Opponent going down to 6. Yeah, on the end of their turn, we're going to tap this for 3, and then if they can't do anything about it, we just untap and we get there. So let's see what opponent has. Okay. Cycles on Earth. Does that mean they're looking for answers? Do they know it's over? Yes! Yes! That is how zombies is supposed to go. Wow, yes. Nice. Turn 5. Turn 5 kill. Not bad. Alright, we win the die roll with some zombies. Let's play first. Too many lands. Not enough going on, I don't think. Probably should mulligan this. Okay, this is a little bit better. I think we go down a swamp. Try like that. Alright, I think we're gonna run out Carrion Feeder first. Pass like that. Opponent plays Swamp and Ghoul draws Vampire. Opponent has 10 or less life. It gets +2/+1 has Intimidate. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Alright, we draw Non-Zombie. Let's play Swamp. Run out Festering Mummy. Let's just do this now. Sack the Mummy. Put the counter there. Grow our feeder. Get in for 2. Pass turn. Opponent plays Carnarium. Has to bounce a swamp. Okay, we don't hate that. Kind of slow in the mana. Alright, let's see what we draw. Another swamp. That's actually not too bad. Let's go to combat. Let's just play the Gnawing Zombie. Pass like that. Opponent plays out their other swamp. So they have their 3 mana. What are they going to do with it? Changeling Outcast. Okay, that's fine. And Soul Reap. Gonna destroy our Carrion Feeder. Okay, that happens. And they pass. Okay. So we draw another swamp. Well, we'll play a swamp. Let's go Ghoul Caller's Chant. Returning. We'll play out. Well, we'll go to combat. We'll attack for 1. Play out Carrion Feeder. Play out Festering Mummy. Pass the turn. Now next turn, hopefully we can cycle this Gem Palm Polluter for some good value and yeah, get another good hit in on our opponent here. Opponent attacks for 1 with the Outcast. We can't block it, so that's fine. I'm just gonna Morsel Theft for Prowl. Target player loses 3 life. Okay, interesting. Interesting spell. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Okay, wow, they're hitting us with another one. So we're down to 10 opponents at 21. That was quite a bit of a swing there, to be honest with you. Okay, we will untap. We draw Chainer's Edict. Okay, well, combat. Attack like that. We will Gem Palm Polluter, cycled. We draw Carrion Feeder. Play Carrion Feeder. Pass the turn. Sign in Blood, okay. Prickly Boggart, that's fine. Sovereign's Bite, okay, wow. We might need to start sacking creatures to our zombies just to bring our life total back up. Let's see what they do here. They get in with their Outcast, okay, that's fine. Okay, we draw a Nameless Inversion, so let's go ahead. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Opponent takes it down to 11. We'll activate the Gnawing Zombie. Targeting our opponent. Pay this. Sacrifice this. And we will get rid of the Boggart, I suppose. Alright, and then we'll hold up our other 2 just in case. Okay, another Boggart. They're Outcast, okay. Okay. Tyrant's Choice. Starting with you, each player votes for death or torture. If death gets more votes, each opponent sacrifices a creature. If torture gets more votes or the vote is tied, each opponent loses 4 life. So either way I go here, I'm going to lose 4 life by the looks of it. But let's split it, go to 3. No cards in hand. You're going to get in with a 1/1. Okay. They attack. Let's kill it now. We have Cemetery Recruitment. That's actually pretty good. Cemetery Recruitment. Grabbing Festering Mummy. Hopefully we draw a land off that. Okay, we got 2 goblins with a similar effect though, so we can go Shambling Goblin, Festering Mummy. We didn't leave ourselves any mana. If they have their spell, we should have maybe tried to gain the life. If they have one of these like 3 swing life spells, we just die again. But let's, sacrifice a creature. Lose Shambling Goblin. Kill the Outcast. And then let's sack the Mummy. Kill the Boggart. And we'll attack for... hopefully they draw land. Going down to 5. Okay, do they draw an answer? Oh, they don't. Sweet. Okay. Whew. Let's go to sideboards. Alright, after sideboards, I'm going to go up 2 Gutless Ghouls, just as a little bit of some life gain built in case, those big life swing spells are being dropped on us too hard. We're just going to go down the Infernal Caretaker and 1 Gem Palm Polluter, and we'll, hopefully that runs. We'll try like that. Okay, so to me, this hand is interesting, because we only have 2 swamps. We do get a redraw with Gem Palm Polluter. We don't get the value out of it, but we do get to cycle it, redraw. We are on the draw already, and if as long as we hit one more land, we can play these Gutless Ghouls, which aren't bad. And we do have some Grey Merchants on the back end, so it's risky, but I don't know. I'm kind of about it. Let's try it. Like I said, we're on the draw. Maybe we draw 1 drop, 2 drop here, see what happens. Opponent has their Outcast. Okay. They're getting a little bit more of an aggro-y turn this time. We do draw another Swamp. Okay, so well, we'll play ours and just pass. We're going to play his Tyrant's Choice. Okay. So it looks like we're going to lose 4 off that. So we're going down 5 this turn. That was a pretty good hit for turn 2. I'll give him that. Yeah. So we're down to 15. Draw another Swamp. Okay, well, let's do that. Pass the turn. We'll cycle the Gem Palm on their end step. Maybe they think we have a removal spell. Okay, they attack with the Outcast. Morsel Theft. Okay, so we're... Oh boy, going down again. They're gaining 3. Yeah, wow. So we need this life gain thing to pay off right away. Okay, end step. We'll cycle the polluter. We draw a Nameless Inversion. Okay. We draw for turn. Tragic Slip. Okay, well, let's go. Can they kill us next turn? 3. No, I don't think so. Run out Gutless Ghoul. We'll get a body. We can start swinging in. Next turn, we can start killing their stuff. And even playing a second ghoul. So, yeah. Hopefully that's the right play. If they want to use removal on this, it's taking mana away from them doing like another Morsel Theft or anything like that. So, okay, opponent's going to get in for 1. Tyrant's Choice. Okay, so we're going to go down to 6 here, which is rough. Okay, we draw Chainer's Edict. That's not too bad. Let's go to combat. Attack for 2. We'll play another Ghoul. And we can sack it, this one. Or we can sack one of them to the other one to gain some life. Help us kind of like avoid just a burn spell at the end here. Or we can just Tragic Slip their Outcast. So we'll try like that. We need to draw another land, because that would be a huge Gary payoff right now. Opponent draws their other land. Outcast, okay. Soul Reap, they want to destroy this. So, what's more important to us? Do we want to gain the life? Do we want to kill the Outcast? It's really only gaining us 1 life. So we might as well kill this, and it kind of works out to be the same. So yeah, that resolves, sure. Is what it is. So we draw our Swamp. That's pretty good. Let's go to combat. Cast Gary. Buys us a little bit of time, hopefully. But we shall see. We shall see. Plays another Outcast, okay. His dual Graz Vampire, so that'll be a little bit bigger, yep. And Fruit of Tezaris, okay, so we go down to 4. Down to 3. So how do we truly stabilize here? We can Nameless Inversion this and Chainer's Edict, putting them down to 1 creature with 1 card in hand. And they're only getting for 1 when we go to 2. But then even a Fruit of Tezaris kills us, and if they have to land, they can escape this. If we Gary, opponent loses 2, 4, 5 life, we gain 5 life. That just puts us in a strictly better position. Oh boy. Alright, let's see what we draw. Untap. We draw Shambling Goblin. Okay, I think we have to cast Gary here. And then we also have to attack with the Gutless Ghoul. Okay, they do want to trade. I'm assuming Prowl is a mechanic where they can do damage or pay reduced cost with rogues, which is why they're using the outcasts. Okay, Tyrant's Choice, so we're going to take 4 from that. Oh no, do they have the fruit in hand? Because they'll hit us for 2, go down to 2. If they have the Fruit of Tizaris, we're just dead. Fungal Infection, -1, make a 1/1. Okay, that's not death. Okay. We're almost dead. We're not entirely dead. We go to 2. Opponent's out of cards. Okay, what do we draw? Ghoulcaller's Chant. That's not too bad. We have to get rid of these outcasts. So we'll Nameless Inversion this one. Ghoulcaller's Chant. And we'll cast Nameless Inversion again. Here. Boom, boom. We'll go to combat. 2. Opponent blocks. Okay. So if they draw the land here, we die because they can escape fruit. So there aren't like they have some good top deck options. Oh boy. Bump in the night. Oh man, that does it. Yep. Okay. Let's sideboard. Darn, that was a close one. Okay, I think the list we're running is fine. We'll run it like that again. Okay. This is a keepable hand. We have some removal, we have some redraws. We have a Gary on the high end. Yeah, we'll keep this. Shepherd to Rot would have been good in that last game because it counts for a zombie, or the changeling counts for a zombie as well, so we get those extra bodies that way. Alright, we will play Swamp, and I think we just ran out Carrion Feeder. Pass turn. Ghoul draws Vampire, okay. We untap, draw another Carrion Feeder. So what we'll do is Festering Mummy, Carrion Feeder. Sack our Festering Mummy now. Put a -1 on the Vampire. Get in for 2. Pass turn. Opponent plays Trespasser's Curse. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under enchanted, that player loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. Okay. Alright, we untap. We hit a Swamp, so we'll play that. We'll go to combat. And let's Sign in Blood. Us this time, not our opponent. Okay, we have a Tragic Slip and a Shepherd Rot. That is pretty good. Need some more lands coming off now, but let's try it like that. That's sweet. Gonna Sovereign Bite us. Okay. Gonna Bump in the Night. Sure. Down to 12. Alright. We untap. Drop Barrenmoor. Well, we'll go to combat. Play Barrenmoor. Play Shepherd of Rot. Trigger, yep. That's okay, we just want to be able to get in for more damage, close it a little bit quicker. Okay, we hold up Tragic Slip. Sign in Blood, okay. Fruit of Tizaris, yep. You got it. Land, please. We got Gutless Ghoul. Not exactly what we were looking for. Okay, let's go to combat. Get in for 4. So yeah, we can't really run out Gutless Ghoul here because this Trespasser's Curse just puts us to 8, which it just feels like we don't want to like hurt ourselves at all if we can. So we'll just hold up removal, I suppose. In case all they're drawing is creatures. They have no red yet to flash this back. Okay, they're gonna Sign in Blood. Fungal Infection on that, okay. Oh no, what an idiot. We should sacrifice that in response. Yeah, that was a punt. Then we take 3, sure, down to 6. Rakdos Carnarium, okay, well, let's just Tragic Slip this in response. That was a whoopsie, for sure. Land, Ghoul Razor. Does that do much? We lose 1, we get a 2/2. We can get back Shepherd Raw, that brings 4. We're at pretty precarious lands here. Let's go to attacks. Going down to 5. 2 cards in hand. So if they go to escape fruit, then they have a second fruit if we've run out Go Razor and our next one we're just dead. So then is it better off to run out Gutless Ghoul here? Try to gain some life? I think it is. Yeah, we'll play Gutless Ghoul. Helps us close it out next turn. Yeah, we can't do anything about that. We're switching life totals here. But yeah, this helps us close it out, or we can gain 2 life if we need to. That punt on the Shepherd of Rot still hurts. Plays a Swamp. Okay, 2 cards in hand. Opponent. Are they escaping fruit? They are. Okay, go to 3. Don't tell me they have Bump in the Night. Soul Reap. So in response, sacrifice a creature, gain 2 life, will sacrifice itself. Yes. Okay, so that has no valid target anymore. We go back up to 5. Okay. Gary. Let's land it. Land. Gem Bomb Polluter. Combat. Land. Play land. If we play this and get the polluter back, we still can't get there. So, okay. We're at 5, opponents at 1. They're going to have 1 more card in hand. Let's see if they draw an answer. Do they draw an answer? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Flashing back Bump in the Night. My guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That doesn't do it, though. Okay, they escape fruit. Oh, okay. We're down to 3. Do they have another Bump in the Night? Please tell me they don't. Sign in Blood. So we got there? We got there! Oh, God. Wow, what a game. That was awesome. Wow. All right, so how did we do this week? Punting and Pauper with some mono black zombies. And all things considered, I think the deck went pretty well. We got our 2 wins against some pretty decent decks. So we were up against Affinity early on, and just address the elephant in the room here. Yes, I misclicked horribly in game 2. Had the opponent sign in blood themselves. They were able to draw 2 cards and stabilize. We likely drawed them into something like their Thoughtcast, and then they were able to really start to restabilize themselves after that. So we probably would have won that second game had I not misclicked that, but that's okay. You know, that's MTGO for you. Sometimes things happen. Because the other 2 games, game 1, game 3, zombies did what it was supposed to do. You know, put you in a precarious situation. Shepherd of Rot having that threat of activation once you're ahead is really, really big because you can have like 6 damage on 2 turns. We, you know, had the removal that we needed to take care of ATOGs when they came up, and yeah, kind of make them force Affinity to sack their board to keep their ATOG alive, and then they have no mana. So, yeah, I think in that matchup, minus the misclick, the deck ran pretty much the way we wanted to. Now, match 2 against the Black Burn / Black Life Drain deck. That was a super interesting matchup, I have to say. Kind of the rogue synergy with Prowl was really cool. We were in precarious situations quite a lot there, right? Like kind of late game, being like, oh my gosh, if they escape fruit and have a Bump in the Night in hand, then we're just done for. So, and I've seen that list back in the past. I've played it a couple times, but I don't think I've ever seen it run that smoothly. So I was really, really impressed with that deck. I just wanted to say that. But again, I think zombies did what it was supposed to do. You know, put them in bad situations. Just stay the aggro course. We did learn from that game to just check our sack outlets on board, right? Because their one spell kills a creature, target non-green creature, then we lose 3 life, and we should have sacked our Gutless Ghoul to a Carrion Feeder at that point. And same with our Shepherd of Rot, right? Because then we would have just not had to lose the 3 life. Their spell would have fizzled, and we would have gotten a little bit of value out of it. So a little bit of a punt there, but in the end, we were able to bring it back and come around and get the wins. The one thing I think I would say about this deck, as far as changing it goes, is I think it's too old of a list. We could probably run a bit of a better removal package if you ask me. Maybe another Chainer's Edict. Maybe we want Defiles in here. The sideboard could be a little bit more focused, I think, and we could probably go down a couple lands, in all honesty. I found in some of my test games there's a little bit of flooding going on, so I want to hear what you guys think, though. Did you like this deck? Did you, or do you want to see it played again, maybe with a bit of a different list? Should we do some experimenting on the zombie packages? Is Infernal Caretaker worth playing? I sided it out quite a bit. I don't think I even saw it once throughout all the games I tried, so it's a very interesting deck. I think there's a lot of potential here. What do you guys think? What should we add? Now, I just want to thank all of you for joining me here on Punting and Pauper, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again next time.